The character, I need to justify this character nicely so that मलिका जान का जो impact है वो अच्छे से audience feel कर सके. I remember getting goosebumps the day I got that call. So for me personally, it has been surreal. I had seen Friends before that, and there is this scene in Friends where Monica is explaining 7 erogenous zones to Chandler. I didn't have the courage to go and talk to sir and discuss it. I was like, I'll just go on set and see how things pan out. I had certain things in my head, and while I was performing, I was getting nervous. So initially, I never thought that I looked like Manisha ma'am at all. But once I got finalized, I sat down and I saw Dil Se, and I was like, okay, I see where the resemblance is and why they picked me for this part. So when I'm putting the pillow on the face of Rihanna Appa, it's not Sonakshi, it's a body double. She was a stunt woman. Whenever we are pulling the body or doing all those things, the one who was hanging from the chandelier, that time we would use a body double for Sonakshi. But everybody was quite surprised that two sisters made it to the same show, that to such a big show, which is an international show on Netflix. So everybody was quite surprised. Hi, this is Abha Ranta and you're watching me on E-Times.
Hello everyone, I am Sukarna and today we have with us a shining star from Hira Mandi. Talking about small roles making big impact, her role changed the course of the show. Today I have with us the younger self of Mallika Jan, Abha Ranta. Welcome to E-Times, Abha.
Thank you for having me, Suparna.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell us your big debut with Sanjay Leela Bhansali. How's the entire experience been?
For me personally, it's a dream come true. I mean, when you're young, you always imagine to work with a director like Sanjay sir, to be on his sets and see the grandeur of his sets. And one day that call comes and they say that sir likes your audition and would like to meet you. And I remember getting goosebumps the day I got that call. So for me personally, it has been surreal.
So when did it start? How did it happen? What was your first, when you got to know you are going to play this Manisha Koirala's younger version? Were you aware of it?
So initially, I had auditioned in the first lockdown, and after a year, they got back to me and they're like they liked my audition and they would like to audition me for young Malika Chan's character. That time, I only got the script and my audition scene was the murder scene, and I just felt like it's a very pivotal role, that if that part is not played well, the story doesn't add up and like the events don't, the character, I need to justify this character nicely so that मलिका जान का जो impact है वो अच्छे से audience feel कर सके. So I auditioned for it, and after that, after I think 1.5 year, I got a call and they were like, sir likes your audition and he would like to meet you. So it's been a long process and I would just audition for it and forget about it. I was like, if it's in the stars, it will happen for me. All I need to do is keep working hard.
So when you were auditioning, did you know it was a SLB project?
Yeah. From the very first time, when I auditioned for the first time, I knew that it's a SLB project. Shruti Mahajan was casting for it.
And what was going on your mind when you were auditioning, like sending their audition across? What was that process like?
So I first of all took off the pressure off of me of thinking that it's from SLB or such a big project and all that. All I thought about was, this is the character and this is what needs to be established. Like right when I read the script, I could imagine the whole scene in my head and I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to perform it. These are going to be my modulations, my voice modulations. Interestingly enough, I had seen Friends before that, and there is this scene in Friends where Monica is explaining 7 erogenous zones to Chandler. That time I had seen it, and midway in my life I had read somewhere that how serial killers, they get a release when they murder somebody, and the kind of hormones that are released, and like how the hormones that are released are similar to the kind of relief you get after something like an orgasm. So that's where I took inspiration from, and I could see how she's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how she did, and I was like, I can incorporate in the murder scene because I'm also like taking 7 counts, and that was my inspiration behind it. I think I imagined it to an extent that I just shot one audition, and after that I was like, this is it. I need to send this across. I didn't even shoot another audition. I mean, it just came to me.
And first day on set, what was that like?
I was very nervous, and I didn't have a dialogue on the first day. All I had was like Imad was being taken away from me, and I didn't have the courage to go and talk to sir and discuss it. I was like, I'll just go on set and see how things pan out. I had certain things in my head, and while I was performing, I was getting nervous, and 1 take, 2 take, 3 take, 4 take, 6 takes went down, and everybody's thinking, Ki, why is it not happening? What's going wrong? And I'm getting confused. I go to my vanity and I'm like, oh no, it's going to go all wrong. I don't know what I've done now. So I just calmed myself down, and then I went on set, and after that we did this another scene where Imad is being taken away, and I'm running around the hall and I'm like, where's Imad, where's Imad? And उस वक्त सर ने मुझे वो वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन दी थी कि इस डायलॉग को इस तरह से बोलो. So I was able to pick that up, and after that I think me and sir started having some conversation here and there, and he would like, beta यहाँ पे ऐसा करना है, वैसा करना है. He would really focus on my voice because they wanted like a strong voice for young Malika Jaan, because she becomes Malika Jaan, whereas my voice is very soft and all that. In the first scene, if you'll see, I'm just like, Imad kahan hai, that kind of voice I'm talking with. The sir specifically wanted like a very strong voice for that character.
Yeah, that was my next question, because your character, sets Manisha Koirala's tone in the entire show. So what was it like getting into the skin of Malika Jaan's character? Did you do any kind of prep?
Yeah, definitely. So initially, I never thought that I looked like Manisha ma'am at all. But once I got finalized, I sat down and I saw Dil Se, and I was like, okay, I see where the resemblance is and why they picked me for this part. And after that, I started studying her mannerisms, how she's speaking, what is she doing. Like, I realized that she's like a very minimal actor. She would not go all out with her expression. She would hold a lot. And then I studied a lot about, like, I thought about the thoughts that young Manisha or young Malika Jaan would have while performing those scenes. So interestingly, I have had a lot of stray animals in my life. I've taken care of a lot of stray animals, and sometimes some of them would die, or like some disease would happen, and it would always be so painful where something you've loved so much is taken away from you. So I could relate that pain to being Imad taken away from me, and that's how, even on sets when I was performing those scenes, the only emotion I remembered was losing my pets to some disease or whatever, and I would channel that, and that's how the emotions would come out.
And what was it like working with Sanjay Leela Bhansali sir? Like being in presence of his magnum opus vision. How was that for you?
The day I would walk on set, and it's in the surroundings, it's in the air that Sanjay sir is on set. There's pin drop silence. Everybody is working towards giving their best. Matlab, I could tell when sir is there and when he's not there, because his aura is that strong, and everybody was striving for perfection. So I made it a point that I will give my 101%, like, because it's like people say that, like, sometimes there are stories that he gets angry at actors or whatever. Luckily for me, he was very kind to me. Like, he called me beta, and we would have this understanding. He wants the scene like this, and I would try to perform it like this, and I would give my 500% because I only wanted to hear beta from him because I don't think I would have handled the other side of him. So my experience personally was beautiful.
And wearing those outfits, heavy outfits, what was that? How was that?
It was visually very beautiful, but like to get into the outfit, I remember when I would go to the sets, there would be two costume stylists who would be carrying my outfit and taking me to the set, because even though it didn't have a lot of embroidery, it was more printed and less embroidery, because I was maybe sleeping in the scene, or like not a very what do I say? it was not like a function, like a big dances or dances happening where they would give me very extravagant outfits. It was more subtle, but I would always have two people carrying it because there was so much fabric around the outfits. And during breaks, I would just go to my vanity and sleep because I just wanted to get more rest so that I can perform better the next time. So
So walk us through the murder scene, because that changed the course of the show. Because until then we knew that Sonakshi Sinha is playing the antagonist, but then we see like she gets killed, and we were like, what? How is the rest? How is the rest of the show taking place? So walk us through that scene, that entire murder scene. How did you break that ice with Sonakshi?
So before the murder scene, we had the scene where Imad was taken away, and that time only me and Sonakshi, we had a nice understanding, and we would talk to each other as co-actors and discuss things. Like whenever my close-up was there, she would give me cues, and every time she would give me cues with equal conviction. So it made easy for me to perform as an actor. And on the day of the murder scene, I remember that she was chit-chatting and she started talking to me, and I was in the zone, because I had to murder somebody and I was just trying to channel that. And she started talking to me. I'm like, I can't talk right now, I'm in the zone. And she's like, okay, take your time. And she went away. So she gave me all the space required to, get into the feel of the character. And we shot that scene twice because the first scene Sir was not happy with. And then we did the whole setup again. And then I shot the same scene again.
So I read somewhere you used body
Body
double
double, yeah,
was
yeah.
used.
So when I'm putting the pillow on the face of Rehana Appa, it's not Sonakshi, it's a body double. She was a stunt woman. Whenever we are pulling the body or doing all those things, the one who was hanging from the chandelier, that time we would use a body double for Sonakshi.
So how many take did it?
I don't remember. Because to be honest, I was so in the zone, they would just say action cut, and I could not count. Like, the only thing I was focused on was that all the emotions should come out. And even when I'm doing the scene, so much energy and emotional energy was taken away from me that I could not put a track of how many scenes are already done. Like, because I was in the zone that time.
So Malika Jan hated Sonakshi's character. How did you build that up with her?
She didn't hate her per se, I would say that. It just, the pain was so much that she could not see anything beyond it. I feel like when you have a blood relationship, you don't always hate that person. No matter how bad they do to you, there is always love that you feel for them. But because she knew that if she doesn't do this today, she'll sell her off, and that was unacceptable to young Malika Jan. All I thought was that I just want to put my all energy out. And to be honest, I didn't think that I'm squishing a person's head. I just thought I'm just putting all the strength and I'm trying to squish something. And that's how all the emotion came out. I didn't think about murder or anything. I just think I need to give all my strength to this scene, right?
Your scene in the jail, that kind of sets the tone of how Malika Jan becomes and how she is with the those police officers in the future. And you had major chunks with Adhayan and Sonakshi. How was it working with them?
With Adhan Suman also, it was very nice because there was this, he was very cordial towards me. We would greet each other, and we always had this understanding that Malika Jan had this equation with his father, who's the character that's played by Shekhar Suman sir, that they don't love each other, but they only have each other. It's not necessarily love, but they know that if he's not there or she's not there, I don't know what I'll do. And then they are bound by a secret. In the last scene when she goes like ki hum bekasoor hain, that time Adhayan said that the expression there is that he has willingly given the keys of his doing to Malika Jan, and he knows that she can pull the plug anytime. And he's like, oh, she's equally evil like me. So that was the equation that we were playing off.
So off screen, how was the bond? with them?
Nice only. Like I didn't have a lot of scenes with Adhyan. I think had 2 scenes with him. So it was a very cordial relationship and we were co-stars on set.
So this being your debut show and working with such powerhouse of talent, were there any inhibitions initially while getting to perform with them?
Not really. I think this was a chance that I waited for so long. So all I wanted to do was give it my all. Like I didn't think that who's watching, who's doing who's who. All I cared about was that I need to deliver the performance and I want to do justice to such a big and a pivotal character in the web series.
Also, for people who don't know, Abha's sister, Pratibha Ranta, is also in the show where she plays the role of Shama, and she's also one of the Lapata ladies. How was it having her being a part of the project as well?
I too really wish we had some scene together. I think that would have been epic. Like our family would have been so happy to see both of us on screen. But because our timelines were very different, like I was playing the past and she was playing the present, so we never really got to meet on set. But everybody was quite surprised that 2 sisters made it to the same show, that to such a big show, which is an international show on Netflix. So everybody was quite surprised.
And how has been your family and friends' reaction?
They are
on the
very
show?
happy. I think this is the first time they saw me act. Like before this I've done a lot of ad films, but there you're not giving emotions and like you're not conveying a character. You don't have to play to the strengths and weaknesses of a character that you imagined in your head. It's more like scripts, and for a time being you're giving those emotions, but you're not holding it for longer. Whereas here I had to show different shades of the same character. So this was the first time they were like, "Tu to achhi acting karti hai," and I was like, "Yeah, I think so." Like that's why I'm in the industry, and that's why I feel like this is a dream that I can actually achieve. And then they were very happy. I remember my grandma and my mother, they would watch the same scenes again and again. Only the scenes that I have done, they would watch them again and again. So they were very happy.
And how's your sister's reaction?
She was very happy as well, and I think both of us got so much love from the audience for this web series. I mean, we had smaller parts, but the kind of recognition we got and the appreciation we got, like we're very happy, and we feel very grateful for that.
Abha, your sister has been a part of the industry for quite longer time. Having her in the industry, has it helped you in her guiding you to the works of how the industry is?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you see somebody else's journey, like who's doing something which is like a film or anything, you're able to see that all the things that go into the doing of it. And even though our journeys are very different, and she's gotten certain chances and I've gotten certain other chances, but it's always nice to see what's happening with other people, like what's happening with her. That gives me a lot of teaching as to how this thing should be taken ahead and what should be done in such a scenario. And similarly for her also, like because our scenarios are very different, so we are always placed in different scenarios. So we learn from each other ki, okay, when she was in this scenario, this has happened, so I can learn from this, and similarly for her as well.
So, with you getting all the love and adulation for this project, has it given way to further opportunities in the pipeline?
But like it's in the pipeline, and once everything is confirmed, I'll definitely let you know.
So, tell us what's the kind of compliments that's coming your way?
My friends are calling me Malika Jan. Like that's so big for me. If I talk to them, they're like Adab Malika Jan. So that's how they are calling me, and which is big for me because being recognized as your character is any day such a validation for an actor.
Tell us your way through, having been in the industry for quite some time and bagging this project. What are the challenges did you face in your way?
I think I started from scratch, and I started from a time where you would go from door to door, studios to studio to give auditions. You would have 3 different costumes in your backpack. You would change and then give auditions, and you would get like 2 takes, and you could not even see how you've performed. And then came a time where it was locked down and everything shifted to WhatsApp, and I've done all kind of projects. I've done so many ad films in so many years. There have been times where I've been selected for projects, but then it didn't work out. There have been times where I've been waiting for the call to go on set because everything else is finalized, but I never get that call because they replaced me and didn't even tell me. So all the instances that we always hear in the industry, it has happened, but I've always taken it as like part and parcel of the job, and you can't let that weigh you down because your dream is bigger than this and your journey is bigger than this, and these are just small bumps in the road. And if at the end of the day you're able to be on a Bhansali set, I mean, it's okay.
Well, you have been on Bhansali set, your debut with SLP project. Who are the other directors you aspire to work with?
I really want to work with Imtiaz Ali sir. I mean, Rockstar was a film that really changed my life. I mean, the way emotions were captured in that film was so beautiful. And then I saw Laila Majnu, which again was such a touching performance and such a beautiful film. And I sometimes do imagine working with him, and I think it will be beautiful the day I get that chance.
And do you have any particular knack for doing web show or films likewise, or you are like open to working on any platform?
I think I have a knack for living an interesting life. I think the reason why I got into acting was because I always felt like there's so many lives I want to live, but how do I do it in one lifetime? And then I realized, oh, acting is a field that will make you dance, it will make you do stunts, it will make you live different people's psyche, and which is so interesting to me. So right now I'm looking for very interesting parts, some performance oriented parts. I do want to like look pretty and dance and do all things like that as well. But yeah, for now, anything that excites me, I'm open to it.
So how did acting happen to you?
I was always very creatively driven. I mean, growing up, I would choreograph dances, and then I would make my sister dance on them. Then I would always be on stage. I love being in front of the audience. I remember I would get stage fright, but I would challenge myself and I would be like, even though I'm nervous right now, I'm gonna conquer it. That would be my approach. And because I'm from Shimla, that time I never thought of getting into acting because it felt like a far-fetched dream. But since I was always very creative, I got into NIFT, which is National Institute of Fashion Technology. That's when I started getting offers for modeling. And I would model for my seniors and I would love it. Like, I would just feel like when I come in front of the camera, I come alive. And it was my comfort space. And after that, I participated in Miss Navi Mumbai. I won the pageant, which I think kind of gave a lot of confidence to my parents that I know what I'm doing and I know where I'm going. Then I did a job in Andheri West. And there were so many production houses in my building, outside my building. And that time I didn't know that this is the hub of actors and all the production houses are there, or how to get into this field. But then I started getting DMs on Instagram, and several production houses would reach out to me. Would you like to audition for this? Would you like to audition for that? And I started going for auditions. I started enjoying it. And then I thought to myself that I have to pick one. It's either acting or doing a job as a fashion designer. So I told my parents that right now I'm earning this much from my job. If I'm able to make that kind of money from acting, I'll continue acting. If not, I'll take up another job. I think when you show courage, the universe really supports you. After that, I started getting a lot of work in the acting field, and I would always get some or the other ad every month, and that's how I never had to take up a job again. And I realized that I'm not a 9 to 5 person. Like I'm a very creatively driven person. I want to do more creative stuff. I like being the owner of my time and to be able to spend it in a way where I'm learning new things, because I enjoy learning new things.
So you were working as a fashion designer?
Yeah, I worked for like 3 months, and then I realized 9 to 5 are not for me. This is what I've always felt since I was in 8th standard. But I still took up the job because I didn't have the clarity as to how to go ahead. But then once I started getting auditions, I never looked back.
And how was that phase like, those 3 months?
I would go to the office. During lunch breaks, I would run to the auditions. And my friend Deval, she would be there and she would call me and she's like, Abha, where are you? Sir is going to catch you, you're not here. And I'm at the auditions, I receive the call and I get super nervous. I'm in front of the camera and I'm like, can we hurry up? I need to go back. The person who's taking my audition is like, you don't know, it's a big part, you will, if you crack this, what it can do for you. I don't care right now, I can't lose my job, I have to go back. So during breaks, all that would happen. And then I slowly and steadily, I started realizing that why am I doing this job if I'm not having fun? I remember I discussed it with a couple of my friends that should I quit a job. But then that time they were like, do you know how big of a decision it is? Like, are you sure you want to do it? But I never had a doubt in my head whether I want to do it or not. I just knew that this is the way ahead. So I just listened to my heart.
And all of this led to Hira Mandi.
Yeah, it's a big story, but I feel like what's meant for you eventually finds you.
So tell us, Abha, your sister Pratibha has been part of the television industry. Do you have any such, like if reality show happens to you, would you take up?
Not really. I think reality show is not my space. I just want to be creatively involved and be living life of different characters. That's what excites me.
What's your take on Big Boss? Do you watch Big Boss?
I think it's a very interesting show. I think it makes you very strong because to be able to deal with that kind of situation, you don't find those kind of situations every day, and you come out as a stronger character if you do something like that.
Have you watched?
Yes, I have.
Which season?
I think I've watched snippets here and there from different seasons. So I've not diligently followed any season, but I watched snippets.
Well, wrapping up, any message for fans?
Thank you so much for all the love you've been showing and all the appreciation you've sending my way. I am so grateful from the bottom of my heart, and I hope more opportunities come my way where I'm able to entertain you guys more and live more characters that kind of make you feel emotional, happy, or excited. So looking forward for more work and looking forward to entertain you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abha. It was great having you.
Thank you for having me.